was to Ganpatipule. It's a small, you can say, a village-like place on the Mumbai Goa highway, close to the Mumbai Goa highway, the old one. Ooh, ये मस्त है वो light जो आ रही है ना यहाँ पे. So I'm just going for a short ride. So this is Matunga, by the way. South Indian food के लिए बहुत famous है, बहुत ज़्यादा. Oh. बाप रे, कौन सा एग्जॉस्ट है भाई? ओह, check out that sound. कैसा लग रहा है ये साउंड? I don't know, like 50-50. By the way guys, I want to tell you some important things about riding. Now most of you know like how to ride in general in cities and going to schools, colleges or your office. So you know, basically you know the road, you know the condition of the road, you may even know where the potholes are. Now in situations where you don't know the road, those situations are the most deadliest situations for you to ride, especially like this. Like what? Like this. I'm riding behind this truck right at the center of the axle. Okay, that's axle. I'm riding right at the center, and this is a very wrong way to ride. I'll tell you why. Because suppose there's darkness and there's a lot of fog and you're left with no option but to trail behind the vehicle ahead of you. You're riding behind this truck right at the center of the axle and there's fog and there's darkness, and suppose a pothole comes right in front of the truck and the driver tries to avert it, and the pothole comes right in between those two, between the wheels, right? And suddenly you're left with no time to avoid that pothole, and there will be no option for you, only like you cannot avoid it. So that's the reason why you should never ride your bike right at the center of the axle. ये center जो है axle का ट्रक के, उसके सेंटर में कभी नहीं चलाने का, ये साइड में चलाने का, जहाँ पे ट्रक के टायर्स है या किसी कार के टायर्स है, वहाँ पे वो लाइन पे आपको चलानी है बाइक. Alright, this is especially for those people who are going to unknown locations and places and highways which they have no idea about. And I have been in such a situation where there was darkness, there was a lot of fog, and I I had no option but to like trail behind the truck like this. Small things like these go a very long way, and it's important that you learn them as quick as you can, because कभी भी लाइफ में ऐसा सिचुएशन आपको आ सकता है जब आपको राइड करना पड़े, ऐसे सिचुएशन में जब आपको रास्ता नहीं दिख रहा है एंड यू कैन नॉट इवन स्टॉप एंड ऑल दोस काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स. तो ऐसे सिचुएशन में इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट यू फॉलो दीज रूल्स. ओके, मुंबई हैज़ क्वाइट गुड रोड्स यार. समटाइम्स आई फील लाइक I should relocate here, buy a big house and just stay here. But you know, every place has its own downsides and upsides. And even though the places in the city are smaller, but it's very convenient and a lot of you know, glamorous aspects attached to the city than the outskirts like Navi Mumbai and all. But I personally love Navi Mumbai. It's like very peaceful. Oh god, it's getting very windy. So yeah, so the reason why most of the people choose to stay in cities obviously is because it's very convenient, and there are shops are located at a very stone's throw distance from their house. Schools and colleges are closer, good schools and colleges, and you know, offices and all those kind of things. The only downside of staying at a place like this in Navi Mumbai is you have to travel. There's a lot of time spent in traveling. Look at that view, man, look at it. Pretty sure like in some years they're gonna cut off those mountains and build buildings over there. They're completely gonna destroy the natural scenery and beauty of this place. That is the law of the land. That is what development is, right? I think we should change the definition of development. It should not just be about infrastructure, it should also be about, you know, planting trees and, you know, greenery around. I don't see a lot of greenery. It's just a concrete jungle. Now this road which you see, it was like because of the FIFA World Cup that the government decided to wake up and build it, because they don't want to look stupid in front of those foreigners, right? So they were in a hurry and they built it. I say they built it quite well. This patch over here was ridiculously bumpy, and it really would have like costed you a lot of bucks in damages to your vehicles, because the suspension used to go for a toss literally, because in the rainy season, arey baap re, there's so many potholes. I would prefer staying on the moon than over here. Now it's nice and plain, and I think this is going to stay that way, because these are nice concrete slabs which are in place over here instead of those ridiculous paver blocks. Yeah, these paver blocks. You know, there were like people in the BMC in Mumbai who had submitted tenders for paver blocks on roads. This is like utter stupidity. Like how do you put paver blocks on, you know, highly functional roads? Now, these are roads which are used for huge vehicles, and paver blocks are not the solution. Alright, because एक paver block निकल गया ना, पूरा उसका सिस्टम निकल सत्यानाश हो जाता है. एंड मुंबई का वही हाल है. इन लोगों ने ना स्टार्टिंग में ही लाइक शॉर्टकट मारे, पेवर ब्लॉक्स लगा दिए, और वही चीज़ बार बार हर साल उन लोग वही करते गए. और जो कॉन्ट्रैक्टर्स थे, दे गॉट वर्क, राइट, दे गॉट देयर वर्क. उनको क्या, उनको काम की कुछ कमी नहीं पड़ी. एक ही रोड को बार बार बनाते गए, और आज ये हाल है मुंबई का. हाँ, लेकिन नवी मुंबई में ऐसे नहीं हुआ, वो एक बहुत अच्छी बात है. If you don't have a tank bag, then what I do is I use my backpack. This one right here, and I put it like this. You know, it's kind of inconvenient, but I'm used to it now. I don't know about you. What you can do is you can also do this thing right here. You can like hang it right over here, and you can ride your bike like that. But this can be done only when the road is straight and there's not much traffic, and you're just cruising your bike. In traffic, it gets kind of a bit difficult, but it's manageable. I have ridden like that a multiple number of times. I'll show it to you. So, you see that? I keep on changing the position of this bag. Sometimes I keep it on my back, sometimes I keep it in the front, and sometimes I keep it like this. And that's the reason why I said that these mirrors can save your life. A couple of things which I want to tell you, जो चीज़ें बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है, लेकिन बहुत सारे लोग उनके बारे में बोलते नहीं हैं, पता नहीं क्यों. हाँ, मतलब सैडल बैग्स, ये सब एक्सेसरीज़, वो सब ठीक है. तो लोग क्या क्या लगाते हैं बाइक्स पे, वो सब ओके, मॉडिफिकेशंस एंड ऑल. बट the most important things on your bike are your mirrors, your indicator lights, your brakes, and say a few stickers which reflect light at the night time. So anyways, coming to the mirrors, well, most of the people, बहुत लोग क्या करते हैं, ये mirrors ना निकाल के रखते हैं. उनको लगता है कि एरोडायनामिक बन जाती है बाइक और लुक अच्छा मिलता है. और या फिर क्या करते हैं, ये जो स्टॉक मिरर्स है ये निकाल के इधर फिट कर देते हैं. ये अपने बार एंड मिरर्स आते हैं, और मैंने बहुत लोगों का देखा, वो बार एंड मिरर्स ना हार्डली लाइक 2-3 months टिकते हैं. Those bar end mirrors, they fall off, or someone breaks them or steals them or whatever. So what I think is that the stock mirrors on your bike, for example in this bike Avenger, I have these mirrors, and these mirrors are very good in terms of durability, because I have them for 7 years, and बहुत अच्छे mirrors है. And you stick to those stock mirrors. Most of the bike makers, the stock mirrors which they make, they are very durable. I don't know about the field of vision, but the field of vision ये जो बाइक में है, ये रियर व्यू मिरर का तो बहुत अच्छा है एवेंजर में. तो ऐसे बहुत टाइम मेरा जान बचा है, मैं ये बोल सकता हूँ. दिस हैज़ सेव्ड माई लाइफ अ मल्टीपल नंबर ऑफ टाइम्स, रियर व्यू मिरर्स. सो रियर व्यू मिरर्स आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, एंड डू नॉट इग्नोर देम. एंड दे हैव दिस एडिशनल यूज ऑल्सो. So these are the